Today's story is Meh, Chakuchak. I think it's important. Emergency reduction. 400 million Chinese people are infected with bird flu H7 and 9. Died in a population pandemic. Population to 1 billion decreased. It was Obama who set it up. Corona is a dummy to cover up the truth. Now in China and Greater China, the coronavirus is raging. Japan is silent. Bill Gates is next to 7 and 9 rivers. Okay, virus. Put it back in, kill 7.5 billion people. 3 steps. Maybe it has the potential to become a historical live event. In fact, the main character did not fall. The main character it was another virus. Kobe and Juku are dummies. The person who produced a large quantum in the department was the United States brought it to the ministry and caused it. It was identified as the avian influenza H7N9 virus. The underlying goal was to disrupt China's food supply chain. In other words, America, secretly waging biological weapons war against China. I set it up. Many Chinese people and many birds dead. Additionally, to obscure the reality, a new type of virus was introduced. Ichidanenai adaptation type is rivers at the University of Wisconsin, created by Professor Oka. It was a weapon of mass destruction. Also this name, Trineful, when used as a dummy. It's better to say something reality. I'm starting to feel like it's a target. Ebola hasn't come up lately. Instead, now in Asia and also in America, Corolla's mutant strain, it's spreading, isn't it? So, well, in any case, after this eventually, if the Q-Choka virus is introduced in greater detail, really, a tremendous number of people know. Yes, so 2,000 from 17 to 29 years. In China, influenza. Many people died due to 7NQ. The implementation rate was 40%. To make this virus and spread it to China, generously funded by President Obama, I had him do acquisition research yesterday. In the ministry, before Corona first appeared, it doesn't come in America. Many died from the flu. The vaccine ordered by Trump is to protect the American people. Actually, it is. Coronel also before. It is here. 7 and 9 is popular in the Americas. Quite a lot of people are dying. So, Mr. Trump, this is not the vaccine that I initially requested. It was intended for this particular bird flu. The real pandemic is 7 and 9, 3 influenza. It was viral influenza A. And it wasn't China that started it, it's Obama. This is what it is. Did by Novartis. Vaccines are, interestingly, it was intended for trainful H7NQ. China mayhem, coronavirus mayhem, 2 million deaths in months predicted. According to the announcement, the dead are few, but due to the crowding of funeral homes and crematoriums, in fact, many people seem to have died. Pharmacy drug inventory, even if I got there, reported in the coming months. Some believe the death toll could reach 2 million. If this were the case, I would have died by the time. But, actually, it wasn't coronavirus. Bird flu, 7 and 9, a lot of people were dead. And 2 million cats, approximately 2 million people. Extremely, this is an optimistic number, and it seems that many more people died as a result. Due to the new coronavirus, people in China have fallen down. It's like this, as if it's increasing. On the road. These are the people who are being beaten. This is the new coronavirus. If it is a symptom, we also do this in Tokyo. Whether in Yokohama or Osaka, people like this, a lot. You should have seen it, but you haven't seen it, have you? That's why it's different. These people are triune. Being raped for 3.5 years, I'm down. During January 2000, I came across a video capturing an individual suddenly collapsing at a hospital or possibly in the street. I thought this would happen to Japan if this disease came to Japan, but it didn't happen. It wasn't such a scary virus. I felt something strange. Lokan and Japan. The virus that has spread around the world. I feel like it's something else. There was This guy is sharp. Yes, it's Ruth Moro. Well, also in Japan, partially. I believe this tree flu is arriving soon. Hey, what fiercely spread in China? Train flu is widely accepted as the mainstream, even though the number of fatalities from coronavirus may not be zero. So, corona hides stream flu. To conceal it is something that made it popular. So what was strange was, Corolla, goal to second base, was classified. Second base means something else. H7N with influenza. Knowledge rate 39%. It is classified into two categories. However, COVID and Lee, compared to the other diseases lined up here, not very much. Not particularly dangerous. However, why is it in category 2? As for whether it was classified, in the end, it would be better to be in category 2 because it's convenient. That's why you made it kneel. Therefore, the tree influenza H729 virus has the ability to cause pandemics. I'm saying, River in the medical field, I'm Professor Oka. Indeed, have droplet susceptible properties. H799 shares were approved because this date is November 2000. Already at this point, this person, Acetanovo influenza variant, I'm dabbling in function acquisition research. This person is from the Overmars. A with the support of... This guy made it. Horrible H7N9. At a preliminary stage, Professor Kawashita. They are involved in the population reduction plan. River. Professor Oka had been researching the function acquisition of H7N9 until 2000. Although it is not known in Japan, during the 2018 pandemic, it was more serious than at the time. H7N9, the pandemic was actually happening around the world. Tens of millions died. Coronavirus found in Rokan. Completely this. Furthermore, HMQ was identified. I heard you covered it up. Yes, this. And the date of November 3rd, 2019 marks a significant moment. News coverage. As a countermeasure in the event of a new type of influenza outbreak regarding stockpiled vaccines, China is prominently the primary nation involved. More than 500 people. Infections have been reported internationally. H7N9 types, which are being progressively developed, made from a novel virus named a policy to obtain sequential cuts in vaccines. I knew I had decided. Thus, at this juncture already, Torinful is the main one. It was a role. And the government, for this bird flu, we have already started preparing the vaccine. That's why I did it. This is the day after November 4th. Reporting. 40% lethality or... Oh, out of 1,500 people, 600 died. In China, seems to be on the verge of an epidemic. H7N9 bird flu droplets. The first virus to infect. Confirmation. Neshki News. So, this started before coronavirus became a big scam. Infectious diseases caused by 709. From severe pneumonia, this tends to progress swiftly and often rapidly. The knowledge rate is extremely high. I thought the patients who were being treated were actually, it was bird flu. He shows symptoms of pneumonia. With severe pneumonia symptoms, acute respiratory failure, it's become, when it comes to acute state failure, you can be put in the clouds. Actually, there were quite a few patients with coronavirus who were sent to ECMO because they were seriously ill. Those people probably, it wasn't the corona that was triple, it was triple. That's what I think. No doubt, 400 million dead. Massive leaked personal information reveals China's population, it has plummeted from a certain point. In the year 2022, the population of China was reportedly under 1 billion. Chinese lies revealed by hackers. Mysterious population decline. Yes, mysterious population decline. It's down to 400 million. Discontinued in what? Chinese. Push the cost. Production volume is approximately 496. At 40,000 tons. In 19 before the pandemic, 6,700. That's down about 25% from 140,000 tons. Major consumption is down 25%. I mean, that's all with salt. Make rice. Make a meal. 25% fewer people. That means As a result of estimating population from tidal consumption, China's actual population is the official less than 1.4 billion people, approximately 7. It has been pointed out that there could be between 5 and a billion people. China's demographic figures. It has been pointed out that it is fabricated. Dissenters have been subject to a crackdown. Therefore, with regard to the country's official population, there are various debates. Yes, China is perishing. A large number of Chinese Communist Party members were infected recently, killing by internal planning, or what I write is that it is possible that suicide is being replaced without time. This is legal succession. I think it's because it's the media, but in the end, it's not the main line back then. With bird flu infection, even Communist Party members are dead. Of course, more ordinary people are dying. Collapse of China. 400 million people have died in the 3 years since the start of coronavirus. And legal population, the founder says, it might have approached nearly 500 million individuals. Therefore, if it's just the general investors of Falun section talking about it, it's a bit of a twist. Not so. All kinds of information. If you think about it together, I think 400 million people are dead after all. More than 400 million people are dead. As for the next pandemic, the highest risk is H729 in China. By the year 2018, 1567 completed with a mortality rate of 39%. I don't understand, but last August, at the time China, A against America, H729 isolates. They have refused to provide samples for more than a year. It was reported. Information disclosure from China has also become opaque. In other words, there are so many people considering it's lifeless what might lie within its depths. You don't want to teach America. Well, in a sense, it's a biological force. This is it. And this is what I actually did, because it's Obama. That's it. Midst the period of enforced confinement, the manner in which those individuals are handled and cared for is horrendous. With that heart, more and more people were sent to camps. If you mess up, believe it to be executing. People who don't listen to what they say get more and more in that cabinet office. Not only to send it to the National Party, I don't think he came back straight. That's surge in China, queue at the crematorium. Those with minor injuries will go to work. The city is deserted. I'm jealous of Japan. For this is the story of December 2022. As a result of the Chinese government's abolition of the zero coronavirus policy on December 7th, cases are surging across the country. In Beijing and other places, cars heading to virtual places, traffic jam and unimaginable bodies. Something like waiting for your turn. That so-called that about illness mouth. As soon as you do, you will be caught by the police. Put in a camp. Ciao. Calculate. Of the quantity of food from material flow, if you calculate it, there are 800 to 900 million people. Perhaps that's an accurate numeric estimation. So this is exactly 17 and 9. That it is a virus transmitted by droplets. For the first time, you say it was confirmed for the first time. What are you talking about? Like getting infected by getting rid of it. Hey, who genetically engineered to change who? Mr. Oka. Is that you? Influenza outbreak in China. H7, the spread of Enki. I woke up 5 times. I'm saying that it happened 5 times in the year 2021. It's significantly more alert. Moreover, it has been a prolonged period in China. This avian influenza is H709. I've been tormented ever since. Put it outside. I haven't leaked it. It's just coming out like this. 1.1 billion people have already been infected. That's why, when that happened, for us, Mr. H predicts that Nick will arrive. Let's get ready. First, throat more. This is important due to mystery. With this throat no, with my throat, it's vital if you are a child preventing the virus. Even ectinavigan, and it seems to bubble luxuriously. For this person, be prepared at least. In the meantime, and eggs.